Darvin Ham has fallen right into the same trap that LeBron fell into. You know what LeBron's initial reaction was at the thought of being able to acquire Russ? Wait, we can get Russell Westbrook, first ballot Hall of Famer, top 75? It can be me and AD and Russ. Do it! That was LeBron's attitude going in. So Darvin Ham did make Russ come off the bench in that final preseason game. He lasted 5 minutes. He missed 2 threes. He had 2 turnovers. And I look up, and suddenly he's walking up the tunnel with, I think, maybe a slight gimpy little limp. I think. Maybe I'm imagining, because I think he was imagining. It was reported that he had a quote-unquote hamstring injury. I didn't see it happen during the game. Russ told the media that he pulled it because he didn't know how to stay loose and get warm when he got thrust into the game mid-first quarter off the bench. Never done that in his life, he said. What? A couple of nights later, I watched Kawhi Leonard come off the bench in the middle of the second quarter, cold. Made his first 2 shots. Who knew? Darvin Ham met with Russ. Next thing I knew, Darvin Ham was apologizing publicly to Russ for putting him in harm's way. I could not believe it. I said on Undisputed, Darvin Ham, the strong, tough man's man of a man that he is, crumbled at the feet of Russell Westbrook. He let Russ pout his way right back into the starting lineup, and I could not swallow it. I could not fathom it. Darvin Ham, like LeBron, still has way too much respect for what Russ did, not what he's doing, for what he did. Yes, he did something I thought we'd never see. He averaged a triple-double for an entire season, as Oscar Robertson once did way back when, back in the dark ages. But Russ went on and averaged triple-doubles for 4 out of 5 years. It was unfathomable. It was unprecedented. It was unbelievable. But the truth is, Russ is nothing but a solo act of a stat machine, far more interested in starring than winning. So yes, he's played incredibly hard on the offensive end, fighting for rebounds at 6 feet 3 inches tall. How could he average 10 a game 4 out of 5 years? Russ is playing hard for stats, his triple-doubles, most overrated stat in all of sports, a triple-double. It has exactly what impact on the scoreboard? I don't know. I think it has negative impact in some cases. Yet LeBron fell for it, and now Darvin Ham has fallen for it. Darvin Ham's an NBA lifer. He respects Hall of Fame greatness. Darvin Ham was a tough guy when he played, an enforcer, but he keeps reaching for what Russ used to be. As I reported in 2016, Kevin Durant saw through Russ. Kevin Durant left Russ high and dry and joined forces with the Golden State Warriors that he and Russ had down 3-1 in the conference finals, because Kevin Durant finally decided he'd never win a championship with Russ as his primary decision maker. I'm told that privately, James Harden, when he was a teammate of Russ's in Oklahoma City, used to laugh at what low basketball IQ Russ had as a basketball player, as a point guard. Used to laugh at it. Now, you can question James Harden's heart or his mental, physical toughness. You can question all that. But hey, with a basketball in his hands, genius, savant. So if I'm told that James Harden laughed at Russ, I get it. I can see it. I believe it. West Brick sometimes seems to have bricks for basketball brains. So what happened? in that debacle. Portland came back from 8 down, 4:42 left last Sunday at the Crypt. Darvin Ham reinserted Russ at the 4:42 mark, and it was a bad idea. And yet, after Russ took that, talk about ill-advised, quote-unquote 2-for-1 shot with 27 seconds left that left LeBron just shaking his head, AD also. 12 seconds left, Darvin Ham did yank him, and Russ pouted. All of a sudden, his hamstring was bothering him again. But I've seen enough, and I'm hoping, I'm thinking, I'm believing now that Darvin Ham has seen enough. He has to be man enough to stand up to Russ, and I believe he is. You just have to reduce his minutes. If Genie won't send him home, you have to send him to the end of the bench. More and more to the end of the bench. If you have to start him, fine. I don't even think he deserves to start. He can't finish games. He can't play in the fourth quarter. He's just too much of a liability on the floor. You have to keep him on the bench. Shannon always says to me, well, he's going to pout. He's going to make waves. I don't care. Make waves. Pout. Sulk. Grouse. Make negative comments to the media. Who cares? I'm here to tell you, after this year, I'm not sure anybody is going to want Russell Westbrook to play basketball. Anybody at any price. Veteran minimum. I'm just not sure anybody's going to want that headache on their team, no matter how cheaply he might come. It's just time, Darvin. I love you, man. I want to see you succeed. I think you have a great chance to succeed, but the only way to succeed is to say no to Russell Westbrook, slam dunk first ballot Hall of Famer that he might still be. Say no, keep him out of harm's way and out of LeBron's hair, what's left of it. I hope you enjoyed that video. You ready for more? Make sure you click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from the Skip Bayless Show. And don't forget to check out the full episode of the show wherever you get your podcasts by clicking the link in the description.